Hi, welcome to what I spent in a week in NYC. In this video, I will be talking money and the cost of vacation in New York City. Disclaimer, I normally don't spend this much money, but it was a special Christmas vacation and my intention is to inform and not to brag in any way. Hi, welcome. It's so complicated. Let's start. So first, let's talk prepaid expenses like flights and hotel. Go mask, because I did it quite a while before the vacation. It was free. No, we flew from Amsterdam. On the way there, it was the stop in Switzerland, just a short stop, but I would definitely recommend just having a straight flight there. It's so much less stressful and faster, and it was just tiny bit more expensive if you were to book the straight flight, because I just wanted to book the flight so we are there earlier in the day, so we still have pretty much full day ahead of us, so that's why I opted for this one. But on the way there we had a straight flight and it was so much more convenient. So plane tickets for two people were 1,183 euros and 48 cents, which was one of the major expenses during this trip. And we stayed for a week in the Moxie East Village Hotel and we paid 1,090 euros and 20 cents, so it was around 255 euros a day. It was a lovely hotel. The location was really nice. I would definitely recommend staying in East Village, but it was okay hotel. I feel like it was a bit too expensive for what it was, but I guess it was considering that it was Christmas holiday. But also I checked and it was in June, much more even expensive. So I would recommend going during the low period, through January to March. So you save a lot of money on that. But the East Village was great. I would love to also stay in Tribeca, West Village and Chelsea maybe next time if I do go. This was two big prepaid expenses. As soon as we arrived to New York, I remember thinking I either going to love it or hate it. And I was so nervous about it, about both scenarios. So the anticipation was real and mixed reviews about the city sparked my curiosity. Let me tell you, New York City exceeded my expectations, honestly, and I absolutely love it. And I'm already thinking about going back maybe next year and maybe moving there for a year or so, sometime in the future. The vibe of the city is just so great. So we arrived on Thursday, so that's when we landed, so we only had half a day, but that didn't stop us from spending quite a bit of money. So first we took the metro from the airport to the East Village, and for the two metro cards it was 23 euros 37 cents. And then we just went to the hotel, checked in, took a little nap as you do, and then we went to the taco place, so Tacombi Taco, and we ordered a few tacos. It was okay. It wasn't our favorite place. We were a bit but that was 49 euros 95 cents. And then we stopped by the grocery store to buy some American snacks to try them, and that was 34 euros. So the total for Thursday, so for the first day, it was 107 euros and 32 cents. So on Friday, it was our first full day in NYC. We woke up super early due to jet lag. So we started our day around 6 a.m. and we went to walk on the High Line. It was honestly so perfect because there was literally nobody. It was quite cold, but that was still it was beautiful. I loved it. So we had breakfast in New York City Bagel, and we had two bagels and a coffee, and it was 30 euros 60 cents. And it was such a great place, and the people there were great, and it was really tasty. So that was like great experience. Then we stopped by Sephora, as you do, because we don't have Sephora here, and I kind of went a bit overboard, and I spent 241 euros 89 cents. I just bought a bunch of Merit products because I really wanted to try them, and they didn't disappoint. Such an amazing brand. Then we just walked around, chilled a bit in the hotel, and then we went to the speakeasy. So we went to the Please Don't Speak. It was recommended by my manager, and it was okay. It was a cool experience. Like, it was really nice vibe there. Cocktails were good. We also ordered hot dog and a burger and 2 cocktails, and it was 84 euros 56 cents. So yeah, it was okay. Like, I don't think I would go back there, but it was cool experience to just go there once. And then we bought for my boyfriend the Patagonia hat because it was quite cold, and it was 45 euros 53 cents. And then we got lemonade in the coffee shop, and that was 5 euros 56 cents. And then we stopped by Target to buy, again, I think a few snacks and like a game to take home, and it was 22 euros. And then we stopped by, again, grocery store to buy a few snacks to try different things, and that was 53 euros. So the total was 483 euros 14 cents, which was quite some money. Then on Saturday, we also walked around, I think, West Village and like Soho area, which was great. We bought a few snacks for a doggo and a cat here, and it was 16 euros 16 cents. Then I bought myself my jewelry ring, and this was 281 euros 27 cents. Then we stopped by for a few slices of pizza on the way to where did we go? The 9/11 Memorial and somewhere else. And the pizza Lucia Pizzeria, this was great, we really liked it, and it was 10 euros 11 cents. Then my boyfriend bought himself a cap, like all about hats, and that was 41 euros 82 cents. Then we bought the mochi in the famous place, like mochi ice cream little balls. They were great. It was 9 euros 35 cents. Then we took a ferry to Brooklyn, and it was 7 euros 43 cents, and that's when the disappointment about food began. So we walked to the Peter Luger diner, and it was recommended by a bunch of people. It was recommended by manager, and it was such a disappointment, and it was so expensive. So yeah, it was so not good. So we bought 2 steaks. We asked for medium. It was like super unevenly cooked. It was just not good. It was too fatty. And we bought like potatoes, and they were like really dry, and like they were standing on the table for like 3 days in the kitchen, and then they were served. And that was 218 euros. 218 euros. And it was so bad. Like, yeah. So... But the place itself, it was okay. It was a bit disappointing because I asked during booking that it was like a special occasion to have a nice spot to sit. I understand that it's like a lot of people on the Saturday, but they have had a lot of places, and they put us like next to the toilet where like a line to the toilet is. But at least they did accommodate like pretty fast, and they put us in the different spot. Yeah, and then we took an Uber back to the hotel, and that was 27 euros 77 cents. So the total for Saturday was 611 euros 91 cents. We have 2 more days that I did track like one by one, and then at the end when we came back home I tracked like everything, and I will share like a total with you. So on Sunday we charged MetroCard. We went to Times Square. I wouldn't recommend staying in Times Square like the hotel wise. Definitely stay somewhere like down East Village or Chelsea. Yeah, it was too much. It was too overwhelming. So we charged the MetroCard. It was 27 euros 87 cents. My boyfriend bought himself a flashlight. Guys, 85 euros 99 cents. Then we stopped at Petco. We bought a few like snacks again for a doggo and a cat and a bunny. It was 39 euros 43 cents. Then we went to... What did we do this day? Yeah, I think that was the day when we went to walk around the Central Park. It was great, by the way. So many squirrels. I love them. Then we had lunch at the Carnage Diner. That was 48 euros 55 cents. And then I bought myself like a Skims boyfriend t-shirt. It was 44 euros 60 cents. And the total for Sunday was 200 euros for 246 euros 44 cents. Monday, surprisingly, was super cheap. We stopped by Starbucks for 5 euros. We went like to West Village, to the friend's apartment, just walk around like in the center. And then we stopped by pizza. It was 19 euros 10 cents. And then we bought some snacks in CVS. It was 25 euros 99 cents. So the total for Monday was 50 euros 9 cents. So on Monday we just chilled in the evening. We took it easy. So on Tuesday through Thursday, I didn't write down each thing, but you get the gist. So let's talk about how much we spent per each category and total, and was it worth it? Food. Speaking of food, I have to be honest, not every hyped up food place lived up to its expectations. As I mentioned before, some were hits, some were mess. The ones we loved and came back to were the Los Tacos, so good, definitely try. The bagel place, Leon's Bagels, and this New York City bagel were great. But yeah, the beauty of experiencing like food in the new city, you never know what you're gonna get. Some are gonna be a hit, some are gonna be a miss, and some things might surprise you. Yeah, so even letdowns were like an experience, so I wouldn't trade them for anything. So for food, we spent in total for a week 915 euros 26 cents, out of which 200 something were like this not great place. The vibe and convenience. One of the things that truly stand out to me in the city is the vibe and convenience, the subway system, getting around, the breeze, the energy, like just the city, something about it. It was like so good, the personality. I don't know, I honestly loved everything about it. Then, yeah, you can easily take metro anywhere. For the transportation, we did take the Uber back to the airport, like on the way back, because we were just lazy and we didn't feel like it. So in total, transportation with like metro and Ubers, it was 178 euros 91 cents, which it was okay. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Then we took some snacks to take home and some Target things. It was 255 euros 37 cents. And we also went to the National Museum. It was 63 euros 3 cents for two people. Then shopping, the Sephora and Midjouri and like few hats here and there. My purchases were 781 euros 18 cents, which is crazy. And my boyfriend's things were 366 euros 67 cents. Yeah, so the total for a week in New York City during Christmas, including everything, it was 5,750 euros and 76 cents. Kind of crazy, but I mean, the experience was definitely worth it. As much as I loved like a hustle and bustle and a lot of people during Christmas time and experiencing Christmas time in New York, I'm already thinking for my next trip, I want to go back during like a low season, experiencing like quieter day-by-day life and quieter side to the city and like more laid-back vibe. I feel like I'm gonna love that, so I think next year I'm gonna go back maybe in February or March-ish. To wrap up my week in New York City, it was definitely worth it. I could have spent much less money. It was a roller coaster of emotions, the feast for the senses and the journey, like I will forever remember. Yeah, it was really cool experience. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content, for more financial content. And until next time, I will see you in another video next week. I hope you enjoyed it.
I love him. Goodbye.